Hi everyone, we are live, and as always, I'm checking in. How are you feeling today, my friends? I am not showing on camera right now because I'm a bit like sweating. It's quite hot weather right now, and the message is more important than me showing my face. And at the same time, I value that you are connecting with me and I can offer you my voice. I'm just going to check in LinkedIn and YouTube if I am well live. This is historical. This is a great moment for me because I'm stretching myself. And so let me know in the comments how are you feeling today. And at some point, you will be able to join the stage also. So I am happy to be live with you. We are live on LinkedIn and Audible. Yes. And we are live on YouTube and Audible. So, my friends, this is incredible. You know, first, let me tell you what is incredible is that we are alive. Yes, it sounds like, but we are alive. We are part of 7% of the global humanity population that is still on Earth. The rest left this world few minutes, few hours, few days, years, decades, centuries ago, and we are still alive. We can still impact this world in a good or in a bad way while we are in our body, our vessel, our flesh with blood and so this is me talking about French and languages. And this is me talking about creating a community, a movement. Yeah, holy cow. No, a movement like MOOH. Like I don't know if you are familiar, but I love to bake some pancakes to make some acronyms. And so, for instance, FLECH stands for French Language Explore Café du Bien and Artist. And I was also inventing some acronyms like LOUGH, LOUGH, which stands for Language Alchemist United Group of Humans. And so we are live. Thank you so much, Mr. Henry, for joining. Bonsoir. Amazing, amazing. And so during this session that will last 30, 60 minute maximum, I will talk about languages. I will talk about French, about my passion, about my life, about some communities that I'm in. But and at the same time, I will also give some nuggets. And so, welcome, merhaba. Yeah, going ahead with the movement. So, if you notice there is a QR code to explore, there is also I'm going to throw the caption Linktree. It's Linktree/French Holly. Not all the things are set up as much as I could have been. My English is really poor. Apologize. But I am showing up. I am doing the work. And oh, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Well, let me just check. I'm going to, because technologically. Okay, so here is the Linktree link of French Holly, where you will have multiple options. You will have the option to join the stage right now and in the few days that I'm going to do that until the 30 January. Sorry, my head is melting. 30 June. And in 6 days, my friends, I will turn 49. 9? Yes. Yeah. 49. Yeah. Yeah. 49. Time flies, my friend. It will be the 21st of June, the day of the sun apogee, the day of the music festivities. And so dropping also all along the way some French. And always feel free to join the stage by tagging the QR code, or by clicking the link.tree/French. And thank you so much, Henry and Tuba, for joining. Everyone that is live also. And thank you so much. I'm going now to envision my voice more near the mic. So, yeah, 49, indeed. So I love to play with words because 9 is also niet or no or ne or non or no, or 9. Yeah, 49. Yes. So what is this movement? Like MOOH is an acronym to say message of openness and hope. MOOH. Message, or it could be also messages, because we need more messages, of course, more than one. Messages of hope, of openness and hope. And the movement will be a membership for language enthusiasts, language igniters. You know that in every language, there is a way of pronouncing, even in the same language, like in Portuguese. There is a Portuguese of Portugal and the Portuguese of Brazil. And in Brazil or in Portugal, you can say, to say good night, you can say boa noite or boa noite. And so even the same language has different ways of pronouncing. There are also the accents, there are the locality of the terms, like tuque, which is the winter hat in Canada, but there is bonnet or cagoule in Belgium, France. In France, Canada, Switzerland, whatever the world, we are probably pronouncing 90, 90 and 70, 70. But in Belgium, we pronounce 70 for 70, for 70, and 90 for 90. So there is no one French, my friends. I am not friend with the Académie Française. Of course, there is the rule, in the marble, and then there is outside the palace, the cold steel palace of the Académie Française. There is the reality that French is spoken by hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of people all around the world, in Quebec, Montreal, Canada, in Switzerland, in France, in Belgium, in Luxembourg, and in Republic Democratic of Congo. Yeah, I was really amazed to realize that there are more French locutors in Congo than in France itself. Isn't it amazing to realize that? So thank you, Lisa, the lady in red, for joining. You are here for a tweet and for a retweet also, because at some point we have to gather together to avoid the alligators of this world. We have to rise and to stand up for humanity, and to go to major pause, and not only menopause or andropause, but major pause, to breathe, to SOS, to stand back, observe, and steer, and to be together in this community. So this is something that I was envisioning for days, weeks, months, years, and then procrastination, and I am doing it, my friends. With you or not, I am doing it. I'm doing the work. I'm showing up. LinkedIn videos since November 2021. LinkedIn audios since March or May 2023. I am showing up since so many months and years. Since the beginning of the pandemic in 2020, there are already 1,880 plus days since the start of the pandemic. The world is moving fast. The AI, the resources that are lacking more and more, the climate change, and then we are here, 8.2 billion people on Earth with thousands and thousands and thousands of languages. So, hi, Tuba, what a blessing, happy Sunday, bon dimanche. That's really important to speak multiple languages. And I'm going to anecdote. This is a conversation, which means that you can join on stage. Go to the QR code or to the link tree/French Holly to be able to find a link to be on stage. Hi, Dr. Vivian Magnus, if I pronounce well your first name correctly. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. This is Oli on fire for the good. You know, it's a gentle fire, a fire that is in the foyer. Foyer, by the way, could be for a fire occurring somewhere, but could be also in the house, you know, especially in the winter, to have fire and wood, to be able to survive in the cold of the winter. Foyer is a kind of a family synonym. So feu, fire. So I can drop some gems, by the way, by conversing to you. Feel free also to join the stage. I am really happy because it is a conversation to the universe. And if you are watching this picture since many minutes, let me recap. FLECH is my new membership. FLECH, standing for French languages, by the way. Explore, Café Libyen, and artists. And it comes from the French word flèche, but in that case, it's spelled with the accent grave, which is the top to the right. Accent aigu is the top to the left. And in that case, flèche is the accent grave. And there is an E at the end, but the E is silent. I can say flèche, but most of the time I will say flèche. And it's not FLESH, you know, it's FLECH, because it's really important to dive into different languages. So, French, of course, this is my passion since many, many years. And I'm always a language enthusiast using words since many years. And then 6 years ago, someone came to me and said to me, what do you envision yourself in 10 years? And I was thinking to be a trainer, a language trainer, and especially about French, because French is my native language. I can also teach Dutch, teach Italian, teach English, although you don't need English because you are speaking all English perfectly, you know, even imperfectly, because I am not perfect, my friend. I am learning also things in French. Do you know all the English words? Do you know vavavoom, VAVAVOOM? It's standing for like the enthusiast, like, oh, this is vavavoom. Feel free to check on the Wikipedia. I think we only use 15 to 25% of the words of the languages. And same with the tenses, like the conjugation. Probably we are using 20 or 30% of the conjugation in English. And there are some cultures and languages that are only using 2 or 3 tenses. Here in French, we have the complexity to have probably dozens and dozens of tenses, but not all are used. So it's an invitation for you to seek simplicity, seek understanding. Don't seek too much complexity. Keep it simple. Keep it simply simple. And giving you a hug, not a kiss. So, Tuba, even a native speaker of English will not know all the lexicon within the language. Yes. So I seek presence. I seek
improvement. I seek joy. Let us seek the heart, not going too much in the mind with the rules, with the grammar, with the but let's embark our heart. And so I wonder if I'm really happy because I'm going now to envision something on the flow, because this is an old video. I'm going to update it and anyway, but this is an old video that I want to share to you right now. Welcome to Refrench Your Brain. Bienvenue, a session where you can stretch your brain and presented by Oli. Don't forget to embark your heart. Let's go! Yes, that was a video of 1 or 2 years ago, and I was telling, don't forget. Of course, I would say differently, like remember, because as I was learning few days ago, the don't forget is a double negative. Like forget, no, don't forget, but don't is a negative. So remember to pay attention about your words. I am intending to be a warrior, WORRDIOR, the warrior of words, not the warrior. No, I don't want to worry. Don't worry, be happy, but to be a warrior of words, like the ninja of words. So anyone would like to join the stage, feel free also to ask me any question. This is also the llama session. No, it's not the cousin of the dromedary. It's the literally ask me anything. Let us take this amazing moment. I have probably still, as I see the audience right now, I am engaging with you more. So I am extending the session. Normally it would be 30, 45 minutes. Here I can extend it to 1 hour. And in 1 hour, I will be in my Go Brunch room. Like, let me share to you because this is amazing. This is amazing, my friends. Few months ago, I was discovering my Go Brunch room. So what is Go Brunch? Okay, I have my room on prepared. That's incredible. So I'm going to share right now another screen. I'm a bit funny, I know, but I am really blessed to be with you, to be alive. We never know what's going on the world and on each other's mind. So I wanna be here for you, hugging you and telling you all will be fine if you are not in a good headspace, because it's my case. I don't sound like not being in the good headspace, but I'm literally challenging. But I'm here. I'm doing my best to take it with humor. So this is my Go Brunch rooms. My Go Brunch room. I have many others, but this is my Refresh Your Brain Go Brunch room. And here you see the classroom with the link to my coffee for people who like to buy me a coffee. And I have also, I'm not used to be from tabs to tabs, but here is my LinkedIn. You see my profile, and here is my link tree on a French Holly. And so join the stage. Click here, go to Linktree/French Holly. You know the link tree, no? And then go to Restream session, join the stage. And you will be able, my friends, to join the stage and to bring your voice if you want. You don't have the obligation to be on camera. Like right now, I am not on camera, but you are hearing my voice right now, and so it's a conversation. So boom, 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 where I was. So I was presenting my Go Brunch room. I was presenting my Linktree page, where you will be able also to see more about the FLECH membership, FLECH. Let me go back to the picture. This amazing graphic that I was crafting few days ago. So here is the FLECH membership details. I have not included all in my note, I will also share the link of my note where all the details are there, plus videos, plus surprises, plus bonus, plus. This is my ravioli time, by the way. And the detail is that this is a membership where we will gather at various occasions. People from this membership will be able to partake in one or many of the options, the FLECH. You can join for learning and improving French. You can join for learning and improving language. Of course, I don't speak Japanese aside saying arigato, sayonara, konnichiwa, arakiri. No, just joking. Um, but I am a language enthusiast, so I am also happy to learn with you the language that you like to learn. My fifth language this year will be Spanish. Muy bien, me llamo Olivier, and I have to remember that P-A-E-L-L-E is not paella, it's paella. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So me llamo mañana. That remembers my Italian teacher in 2008 when I was learning Italian, and I was saying all the time nessun problema, but he was saying nessun problema, and I remember because he was doing the intonation, and that's incredible. So that's me already on fire. So you can join the membership for French, for languages, also for exploring together, creating spaces together to explore poetry in French or in English or in any other languages. To explore also drawing, creativity, a weekly checking. How are you feeling? What have you done last week? And what are you going to do next week? I'm going to also to prompt some questions. You know, it's a kind of accountability group. There is also the opportunity for book clubs, and one of my first book club, will be with Dr. Richard Boyatsis. I was attending the session few days ago. I think it was yesterday, by the way, organized by Rachel, and it was the Science of Change. And I will lead the first session of this book club on the 22nd of June, Sunday. There will be replay. Probably transcription more than replay, but replay of what we've been talking about for the people that cannot join because we have whole alive. So, ooh, tuba, you sounds like German. Oh yeah, yeah, nine. You know, I went to Germany multiple times in the 90s and once or twice in the 2010s. I think once. But I was in Germany in the 90s. And even before in 89, I came to Germany to go to Austria and Italy and ex-Yugoslavia. That was the first holidays of my life. It was essential for me because it was a dark moment. But I was with my dad and I was enjoying shelva chips, the sausage of Croatia, I think. But when the country was still together. So German, I'm not liking so much German because it's quite complex, but I love to joke with that, like wunderbar or schnell or dankeschön, bitteschön, especially bitteschön, uh, for various reasons. But then there is also auf Wiedersehen and tschüss. And I went in Köln in 2017. So German, yeah, very interesting. And yeah, in Hamburg last year, I was at two fingers to finish as an hamburger, not the inhabitant, but the meat. But that is another story. Oh, interesting to bind it. And oh, Olivier, I disagree. He sounds like a human. Thank you so much, Olivier. Olivier. So it's a blessing to see so much people on LinkedIn and on YouTube. Here is Crystal. Love you too. So if you would like to join, I didn't post the link in YouTube, but you just type linktree/French Holly and you will have the link. Let me just share my screen because here. So here it's my link tree. So linktree/French Holly, and you will be able to join the stage. Feel free to join the stage. We have still probably 30, 40 minutes after I'm burning, because it's like I don't know if I will be able to maintain this energy all along the way. So, but I'm here for you. Your presence is making me on fire, on good fire. By the way. I'm a good host. I'm not a sad spirit. So, hi, I'm going again. Thank you, Tuba. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Olivier. Thank you, Henri. Yes, it is definitely complicated, but the exclamation sounds appealing as you expressed. Yeah. Wunderbar! Is it like, yeah. And then there is, Crystal at work. Okay. I'm going to go to make these sessions normally the same time each day until the 21st of June, which will be my birthday, by the way. And then after until the 30th of June, this is to present my FLECH membership, letting me drawing an arrow, because FLECH in French is arrow in English, but it's not written like that, but like FLECH French languages explore Café du Bien and Hearties, because we are all Hearties. So if you have any question or if you would like to be on stage, let me know. I'm really blessed to have you present, my friends. How many sessions did I talk to the void, you know? What a blessing. So, Crystal, virtual hug, yeah. Virtual hug to Crystal. And how's Anchor? I'm I'm happy to have some news, because she's also fantastic. You're always on fire with a superb energy. Thank you so much. It hasn't been like that all the time, but this is you. This is my community, by the way. And so, thank you again, Olivier. Thank you. Hvala, voilà, hvala. That's in Serbian. I don't know. I don't think it's Croatian. I think it's in Serbian. Hvala. That means hello. There is also dzień dobry in Polish. There is also Jonapot in Hungary. There is also to say thank you, Kiitos, tak. I know so much words in so much languages. So, joyeux anniversaire. Oh là 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 là, magnifique. Thank you so much. And so I'm going to give a treat for myself already 6 days in advance right now to say a song for myself. Joyeux anniversaire, happy birthday to you. Tanti auguri a te, Oli. Gelukkig nieuwjaardag. No, that's in Dutch, by the way. That's my reality in Belgium. We are speaking also Dutch. German is also the third language, but I didn't have to learn German, by the way. So, yeah, and I'm going to celebrate each day. Let's celebrate and dance. So, my friends, let me receive any of your questions about French and about my membership. So, here I am. I was talking about French and languages. I am a language igniter. I am a language enthusiast. This is my fire. Until my last breath, I will pour some love, doing what I enjoy the most. Of course, I have to get out of the trash. I have to pay my bills. I have to eat. And I can admit recently it's a challenge financially, but I am here to rely on the community and also on connecting with humans and to elevate, to be the vessel of God, because I am also about faith. If you explore the explore section, there are multiple subsection. I was talking about the book clubs, because I am on the 22nd of June beginning my first book club about the book The Science of Change from Dr. Richard Boyatis. And I had an amazing session yesterday with Rachel. It was amazing. I was like, yeehaw! Yeah, you feel my energy, my friends. I apologize if my sound was too much overwhelming to you, but this is and so then also faith. I am more and more to connect with Jesus and God. Of course, we can. You are part of the membership, so you are able to select the sections that you would like to embrace, but here is my offering. And I will say, not only for you, but also for me. My friends, I realized something that is really important. I don't know about you. Maybe you are a super perfect human beings that is accountable for themselves all day long, that never forget things, that never miss to do things for yourself. But the reality is here. I need others most of the time, not always, but most of the time, I need others to move forward. This is why I would like to create this community. Slovene as well. Amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much. Ooh. 20 YO. Is it mean 20 years old? Yes, I am always in my mind 20 years old. In fact, I was telling in the beginning of the session I am 49 in 6 days, but in my mind I'm still 20. But I have to also acknowledge that my body is not 20 anymore, so I cannot do the things that I was doing when I was 20. But this is the life, this is aging, and I'm trying my best to age gracefully, which is a challenge right now. That's why it's important to embark some accountability buddies like Virginia Coaching that will help me to be accountable about good food, because I need to have good food practice and not eating too much gluten, pasta, pizza, pain au chocolat. You know, pain au chocolat is amazing, but I think I'm going more and more to eat chocolate instead. Like right now, if you are hearing carefully, mm, oh yeah, this is like my friends. This is me opening the tray and taking a bite of chocolate. Belgian chocolate, 74%. I never eat any more than milk because we never know what's going on, what they put in the milk. So, bio, 74% of chocolat noir. Yes. Um, Thank you, Olivier, for your comments. There are some comments I'm not going to share because I don't like. I will pardon you, French, but I am not going to put the three word. I am more conscious about being aware. Oh, yeah. But we are still irresistible. My friends, you are opening a debate from France and Belgium. I would rather prefer pain au chocolat than chocolatine. You know, you are raising a point that I was talking in the beginning. French is not static. I will regard them, of course, for the institution, for what they are doing. But if one day I have my brain instead of my beep, I'm going to sit it on the Académie Française. That's paraphrasing an amazing quote from George Benanos. Le jour où je n'aurai plus que mes fesses pour penser, j'irai les poser à l'Académie Française. That means the day that I will only have my beep to think, then I will sit them on the Académie Française. That's the response of George Benanos to the Académie Française when the Académie Française suggested him to join. And I respect them, but at the same time, it's like one French. There are dozens of different French. French from Belgium, French from France, Finland, Luxembourg, Montreal, Quebec, Cajun, you know, the Acadians, Louisiana, that are speaking like a dialect, you know, a French patois. And there is also the island French from Creole, Martinique, and then French from Africa. Last anecdote, because we are at the end, but I'm going to still talk for 20 minutes. So I might release other gems, but another anecdote. Do you know, for the French speaking people in the audience, do you know the word compétir? COMPETIR. with the accent, the E with the accent. TIR, compétir. It's a word in French that is only used in Africa, probably even in few regions of Africa. In the other parts of the world, we'll say faire compétition, compétitionner, avoir une compétition, être en compétition. But here in Africa, they are inventing the word compétir. That reminds me that there is a French of the dictionary, Larousse, Robert, as there are probably other dictionaries in English like Oxford, perhaps. I don't know how many dictionaries out there. And then there is the French of the reality that people are using and inventing. Like they are, even we are extending English. Of course, there is this, especially in Canada. In Canada, they are more protective about French, Montreal, Quebec, than France because they were surrounded by English speaking people. So they say, no, we need to speak French. And that's why there is also the expression "pardon my French," which is about cursing, but it's about like, "Oh, I don't understand you. Pardon my French," because they were speaking French in UK. I think it's the anecdote. Then there is the pluck you, but it's another chapter. And I I think the most important is to have a basic understanding about French, but also to go to the locality because in Switzerland in France, we say 80. I don't know why. Why? Why did they come with this 420? Like 4 times 20, 80, 80. Why? But in Switzerland, I think they are using octante. 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 And I don't know if they are using 90 in Switzerland or 90 or 90, I don't know. But just to let you know that French is not only on the dictionary. Of course, you can learn French through the Becherel, the dictionary. But there are also verbs that are from English, like no, it doesn't exist anymore. So it's going certainly to get down to the abyss of the word, like Twitter. And there is a verb tweeter because the verb infinitive finishes by especially the first group finishes by er. Tweeter. Probably all the English words are for the first group, like manager, leader. Um, so French is an amazing concept. It's not one. And French evolves through locality and through time. And there's so much things to talk about that. I can talk about for hours and hours and hours. Because there are so much things to discover about French. But the most important is to connect with the heart. And I acknowledge that for some people in the US or in the UK, but more in the US, I think, they are saying, why should I learn another language than English? They are going to speak English anyway with me. Well, you can reflect this way. And it's okay. It's a choice. But at the same time, it's like when you speak to me in French, as it's my native language, I am heart connected. Even in Italian, because Italian is my favorite language. Dutch, a little less. Like Dutch is my second language. Ik kan spreken Nederlands, maar het is niet mijn linkse taal. It's not my favorite language. Maar ik kan inspanningen doen, but I can make efforts. But Italian, my friends, mamma mia, mi chiamo Olivier, sono veramente felice di parlare l'italiano, è veramente la lingua che mi piace tanto, perché è fluido, è ancora più fluido che il francese, mamma mia. And I can also speak German, but not so much, like 1 or 2 words, like Dankeschön, hello. But when you are speaking another language, here are the benefits of speaking other languages. Especially could be also the language of the signs for the people that have audition issues. And the benefits of the language is not only for improving the communication to others, it's also to improve your brain. So when you are learning a new language, you are creating new neurons pathways. Your neurons are there. If your neurons are not used, they are going to decline. And so in order to maintain your neurons, and I truly believe about neuroplasticity, I truly believe that, like, probably dozens of years ago, we were told when we were young that our neurons are decreasing, 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 and that at the end it remains one little poor neurons before our last breath, and then woof, 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 I feel so alone. I'm just one in my head. No, we have billions of neurons, and I'm pretty sure that if we are fitnessing our brain, that's what I call sport cerebral also. Cerebrus, cerebral. That's a synonym for the crosswords, by the way, sport cerebral. If you are fitnessing your brain, then your neurons, even if you lost some neurons, you can get them back. I'm pretty sure. Because we don't know. There is so much things that we don't know. And so for me, it's not to tell you that you must learn a language. You are the captain of your ship. It's just me to tell you that it's good for your brain. It's also good for your heart because you are stretching your brain and you are embarking in new adventures. Choose a language that you are passionate about, any language, so that you can sparkle your heart and embark your heart with your brain. Aside that, it's also for the communication for others. I can speak in English to a French speaking person. I can speak in English to a Polish person, but I will use as much as I can words in French or Polish. Of course, I can not conjugate the future or the subjunctive in Polish. No, if ever the subjunctive exists in Polish, I don't know. But I can say, to say hello, I can say dzień dobry. And then to say thank you, I can say dziękuję. And I still don't know how to say thank you or it's with joy in Japanese when you say arigato gozaimasu or arigato. I don't know, but I remember because I am a language enthusiast. I was listening Jackie. It's like they are also responding more quickly and automatically because they are responding from their heart. I'm pretty sure it's the explanation because they do that all the time in their language. It's like the atomic mode. When I say efaristo in Greek, then they are replying almost magically, automatically, instantly, parakalo, which means I don't know, but which means with joy or de rien. In fact, it's also to pay attention about our words because de rien, it's nothing. No, please, it's not nothing. It's amazing when you take the effort to speak a language, when you take the effort to give service to people. So I am still having probably 10 minutes in this session and then I'm going to gently wrap up. But I'm going to share to you something that is really um, two things, in fact. It's really important because it's about personal stuff right now. So I'm removing my French and language hat, but I will also share some French vibes. So let me just check a lyric. Voilà. It's really a song that is really ingrained in my heart since many years, many years. And recently, I've been through quite a lot of challenges.
And so I'm going now to share to you a song. I'm not going to sing it because anyway, it's not a song, but I'm going to share the screen right now. So it's a song, Le temps qui reste, the time that remains, from Serge Reggiani. And by the way, historically, Serge Reggiani is an amazing, renowned French artist born in 22 of the last century. Passed away, I don't know, probably 15 years ago or more. And then he was immigrating from Italy into France. And that reminds me the song Bonjour, c'est l'italien. Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un? Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'une? And so this is another song that I'm going to sing right now. Le temps qui reste, the time that is remaining. And I'm going to sing it in French, to express it in French, and then to translate it in English. That's my share to you, because this is my passion. And this is really connecting with my heart. I feel really emotional right now. So, le temps qui reste. Combien de temps? Combien de temps encore? Des années, des jours, des heures, combien? Quand j'y pense, mon cœur bat si fort. Mon pays, c'est la vie. Combien de temps encore? Combien? Je l'aime tant, le temps qui reste. Je veux rire, courir, pleurer, parler. Et voir, et croire, et boire, danser, crier, manger, nager, bondir, désobéir, j'ai pas fini, j'ai pas fini. Voler, chanter, partir, repartir, souffrir, aimer. Je l'aime tant, le temps qui reste. Je ne sais plus où je suis né, ni quand. Je sais qu'il n'y a pas longtemps que mon pays, c'est la vie. Je sais aussi que mon père disait, le temps, c'est comme ton pain. Garde-en pour demain. By the way, there is a mistake, but... J'ai encore du pain, encore du temps, mais combien? Je veux jouer encore, je veux rire des montagnes de rire, je veux pleurer des torrents de larmes, je veux boire des bateaux entiers de vin de Bordeaux et d'Italie, et danser, crier, voler, nager dans tous les océans, j'ai pas fini, j'ai pas fini. Je veux chanter, je veux parler jusqu'à la fin de ma voix. Je l'aime tant, le temps qui reste. Combien de temps encore? Des années, des jours, des heures, combien? Je veux les histoires des voyages. J'ai tant de gens à voir, tant d'images, des enfants, des femmes, des grands hommes, des petits hommes, des mamans, des marrants, des tristes, des très intelligents et des cons. C'est drôle les cons, ça repose. C'est comme le feuillage au milieu des roses. Combien de temps encore? Des années, des jours, des heures, combien? Je m'en fous, mon amour. Quand l'orchestre s'arrêtera, je danserai encore. Quand les avions ne voleront plus, je volerai tout seul. Quand le temps s'arrêtera, je t'aimerai encore. Je ne sais pas où, je ne sais pas comment, mais je t'aimerai encore. D'accord? So now I'm going to explain in English. But first, let me introduce an amazing person. Thank you so much for joining, Mr. Henry. You are on stage. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me well?
I can hear you well.
Excellent. I do hear some sniffling noises. Hopefully those did not come from my end. And if they did, my apologies. It turns out that my microphone was not on mute for the time being. So
it's okay. There is no sniffing, or I can hear you perfectly, my friend.
Excellent. Ça c'est bien. I will continue speaking in English for the time being, since Thank you. Since I do not have not really used my French recently, so it's very rusty, but I will use it at some point. For the audience that's here with us today or tonight, wherever you may be, thank you very much for being here with us. It is a pleasure to once again be sharing a common space with Oli, a wonderful friend to all. And I uh, do apologize for kind of taking the conversation into this direction immediately, but I promise that we will return to the main track of the conversation in a bit. As you might remember from previous conversations, I am very much a politically minded person. So I say that sort of as a warning that just very briefly, I want to share positive news, good stuff
Mm,
from the world of politics, because it's something that I did yesterday, but I did participate in the um, No Kings rally that was
mm,
held in the nearby city, and it was a really positive, great experience. Uh, I don't know what the actual count is, but I did hear some people say that maybe it was about 1,200 in attendance, maybe even 1,300 that attended our rally. And this is in the city that has almost 18,000 people living in
mhm,
the city limits. So we're talking quick math, maybe 6% of the people in the city that attended, which
mhm,
is wonderful, a really
mhm,
positive thing. It could very well be the second largest, or even maybe the largest uh, protest in the city's history, which again is just really wonderful. And it really was nice to see so many folks out there saying that they're not happy with the way things are going, that they dream of a better world, that they have a vision inside of their mind of how we can better take care of ourselves, of our family, our friends, our neighbors, our country, and to see that desire for positive change, for leaders that actually serve their communities as some might say servants of the people. So I really was happy to have that energy there. And I even got to speak. I did not plan on doing this, on speaking at the event a week ago, but someone did ask me, I think it was Friday morning, would you be interested in speaking? I said, yeah, if there is an opportunity to do so, yes, please. So it worked out. And it was a bit off the cuff. I did plan a bit beforehand what to kind of talk about. There was some last minute news, not positive ones, sadly, that I did incorporate into my speech. But I did that at the very beginning and then went to go on and spoke or talked about the things that I had planned to do before. And people were energetic, they were clapping and cheering for a lot of what I was saying. And once I got off the stage, some folks came up to me and said, "Oh, you know what? That was really good. You know, you have such great energy, and it's the energy that we need to bring to politics." So that was very enheartening, um, and just a wonderful, wonderful experience. And I know that this was not only in my area, in my county, there were 5 events that I knew beforehand were going to happen. And across the country, I know that there were at least 2,000 confirmed events that were going to happen. I saw images from all the cities, all the big cities, Los Angeles, uh, New York City, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Georgia. Just a wonderful experience. And it was not only people in the United States. I'm sure maybe you got to hear about this a bit as well. There were actually some protests in some other cities, like in Europe, uh,
yes.
mainly from, I imagine, Americans living abroad. But maybe there were also folks from the countries we know, maybe French French people in France who joined along because they also um, would like to see a better vision, a better path for America. So,
Exactly. And I think it's
mhm.
also important to notice that it's about being as one for humanity, not being anymore embarked on a narrative that is dividing us, because there was also in Brussels or anywhere in the world manifestation for what's happening in Gaza and what's happening also between Israel and Iran. I would like to also thank you for sharing, because it's one of the things that is important for my membership, is to have a space where we can vent, where we can share hope, message of openness and hope, MOOH. Let's build a movement. And because it's about being one with humanity. We are 8.2 billion people in this world. There is history since years, decades, centuries, millennia of people killing each others for whatever reason. And now is the time that we really gather together to seek to elevate as one is in humanity, and not anymore being flushed or miraged about the construct of the borders, the politics, the blah blah blah, the government, because we need to be as human helping each others and not anymore destroying the world. And because it's a really a complex situation, and I'm not going too much into the details, because when I say, by instance, I am against Israel, I am not against Israel. I am against the government of Israel, because there are amazing people living in Israel, amazing human beings. Same with Iran, because it's about the government. So there are millions and billions of human beings that are doing their best to evolve into this world. It is challenging, and it's really about not partaking to any flame, any fire that calls us to divide each other. That's my hope, and that's why I'm also doing my mission about language, because it's about being in each other's space, removing our shoes, and discovering, dancing with the other. And so, for instance, I will ask you a question: how many languages do you speak?
I am fluently bilingual in English and Spanish.
Mm,
I used to have a firmer grasp of French when I was in high school, le lycée, and
mm.
when I was went to university for, and I took French there for 2 semesters. As I mentioned earlier, it's not as good as it was before. I still have some knowledge, thankfully, but it's something that I would hope I can practice at some point or get better at some point.
Mm.
And for what was it? Some 6 months during a summer and fall session or semester, I was studying Nahuatl, the language of the Aztecs. So,
Ooh,
mhm.
I love it. I love it. I'm proud of you, because it's another language. And so I'm also acknowledging Tuba, who is saying, and Margaret, you join the stage. We be patient. After thousands of years, humans to have learned their lesson. Failed to learn their lesson. I talked to my Iranian colleague today, and she is so sorry to have been exposed to horrifying sounds of jets. Yeah, it's really difficult, because we cannot sustain peace if there is war, if there are wars. So right now, I'm going to let Margaret join. And Margaret, welcome on stage.
Thank you so much, Ollie. How are you today?
Muchas gracias. I feel better because I am with my community, and I would like to also thank you for the energy that you are placing around you. You are an amazing mother. You are an amazing harmony holder, let's say, with some jokes. But I would like to have an experiment. with each of you. So here I am sharing. I was in the video. I was sharing how it sounds in French, and now, if you don't mind, I will translate the text in English if you like.
Okay.
So, how much time? How much time still? Years, days, hours, how much? As I'm thinking, my heart is beating so loud. My country is life. How much time still? How much? I love so much the time that remains. I want love, run, cry, speak, and see, and believe, and drink, dance, shout, hit, swim, jump, disobey. I've not yet done. I'm not yet done. I'm not yet done. Fly, sing, go away, go again away, suffer, love. I love so much the remaining time. I don't know where I was born. I know that not so a long time ago that my life my country is life. I know also that my father said the time is like your bread. Keep some for tomorrow. I have still bread. I have still time, but how much? I wanna play still. I wanna love mountains of loving. I wanna cry torrents of cryings. I wanna drink full boats of Italian French wine, Bordeaux in Italy, and dance, shout, fly, swim, all in all the oceans. I have not done. I'm not yet done. I want to sing. I want to speak until the last vibes of my voice. I love so much the remaining time. And then how much time? How much time still? Years, days, hours, how much? I want a history of travels. I have so much people to meet, so much pictures of children, women, big men, small men, funny, sad, very smart, and very dumb. It's funny, the dumb people. It's resting. It's like the leaves at the middle of the roses. How much time still? Years, days, hours, how much? I don't care, my love. When the orchestra will stop, I will dance still. When the jets, the planes will not fly again, I will fly all on my own. When the time will stop, I will love you still. I don't know where, I don't know how, but I will love you still. Okay, so that's the translation in in English. So thank you so much for letting me sing it in English.
Absolutely, and thank you for sharing the translation in English. Of course, since these are both Romance languages, as I was reading it or I was seeing the text again, I was thinking, how would this sound in Spanish? So that was, I guess, me being in my little world, but uh, a very wonderful song, and I think one that obviously encapsulates your spirit, your vision for this community, which is the reason that you shared it. That desire to live and love, to meet other people and hear their stories and share yours. Just so much wonderful positivity. Thank you, Ali.
Thank you for being present. Thank you for resonating with that, and thank you also, Margaret. As I told earlier, we never know what's in the mind of each other's. Our life is quite complex. There are some challenges, and right now I'm in some challenges, but I am now going also to pray more God, Jesus, to have faith that as I am taking action, that's what I'm doing now, that God will provide me the thing that I was probably by procrastinating blocking for me to receive. No, I'm really, because it's not about only receiving, it's about exchanging.
And the time is something that will one day be out of our flesh, because one day we will leave our body. I was witnessing few weeks and months ago the passing of few friends, and it's really tough for me. What is tough, my friends, is that I am failing uh, to have check-ins with some friends. And Zebi was one of the friends. I was not checking on her since probably January or February. And in the end of May, she passed away. I was just aware last Friday, 9 days ago. She passed away, and she was really pivotal in my healing, not only through her presence, but also through her creams that she gave to me, because I still have eczema right now, and it's really, for me, it's breaking my heart to imagine that she is not anymore in her body, but I still have her creams to heal me. So she still helped me from heaven through her physical creams. So that's my share. Thank you.
And I'm sorry to hear that such an untimely loss happened with your friend. I understand that sometimes we do miss out on connecting with old friends, with good friends, and we have our reasons, I guess. Sometimes we're a little busy with life. Sometimes we're trying to take care of ourselves so that we can continue being with others. Sometimes it just slips our mind. We find a new friend, and so that's a moment we're enjoying. But it still stings, and I'm sure that you will process this in your own time. I trust you have a good support circle or group to help you along the process, but it does still hurt. So just know that, from me never having met her before, I know that she would have been a very positive experience, a very positive influence on you, Ollie, and we will support you as best as we can.
Thank you. Probably a few days ago, I was sharing in my one of my session the video I was filming when I was meeting her last year, and I was sharing it to my session, and she was explaining why she came into this mission of creating cream for her community. And so for me, it's to realize that nothing is granted. We can leave this world tomorrow, or even in 5 minutes. Like boop, we don't know. It's really to see to seek the joy. I want to seek more the joy, to seek the receiving, and to make actions. But as many years ago, I was discovering another community, and like Go Brunch, like new language coach, and this community was also amazing for me to realize that there is no mistake. I am a supporter. I am not. I was trying to make the accountant, to make the data science, IT, but I'm not with this energy of being that. There is the. It's from the I Ching, the wealth dynamics, and there are creators, star, lord, mechanics, accumulators, deal makers, and I am a supporter. And like I I realized that I cannot really support myself on my own. I need others to support me. But I am the best at supporting others. That's my spark. That's my gem. So that's really what I want to create with this community. And even if I'm on my own, I will make this because I have my agenda. I will create sessions about French languages, mental health space, creation, creativity, poetry. I will do the Luma events, and then it will happen. Like I want to pray, and by inviting others, I am creating this opportunity for me to make it because I welcome others. I show up because I welcome others. So that's me in a nutshell.
Margaret, if you would like to speak now, I will not try to hog the spotlight this time.
Mhm.
Hi, Henry. Thank you. And thank you for asking me to come up and speak, Ollie. It's always an honor and a pleasure. And yeah, you know, I've heard you and I've seen you and how you've grown on Go Branch. I know that you're going to achieve whatever it is that you are working towards because I know that you work hard for it. A lot of times you are so correct in the way that you're thinking is to support. It's very easy to support others rather than ourselves because of the way we view ourselves. And so I just want to encourage you, you know, in support of self first, because I know that you already know how important it is. And everything begins with self, and to support yourself in ways of kindness and gratitude and loving, it's it's a transformation and a transition in our way of thinking, in our mindset, in our well-being, in our mind wellness to be able to do that. It takes time. It's like learning a new language, right? You have to practice it. So, another thing I wanted to say is that it's very, very important. The most important thing is to not, let's not allow ourselves to be weaponized by society, by what the agenda is out there for
Mm.
division, right? And as a people, as an emotional feeling human beings, we get caught up in that. We get caught up in things that are being told and said to us, and what the drive of division is. You see it happening in the world all the time through history. Is that we become weaponized by the things that are being told, and then all of a sudden we're divided, and all of a sudden we're against each other. And this is why we are not one. However, we're not walking in unison, but really we're all connected. No matter, if you don't like the other person or whoever, you're still connected to them. And there's no way around that. You can, disconnect, you can unfollow, you can block, you can do whatever you want. But in all reality, we are all connected. We're all connected from the same source and returning to the same source, So I'm sorry about your friend, by the way. My condolences to you. I know what it's like to lose friends. And so my heart is with you. And you're so right. Your friend is still with you. And it is hard to imagine. I think the biggest thing is we can always talk to the ones we've lost, the ones that moved on to the next journey. I feel that the thing is with me is that not being able to receive the message and be able to see them right in front of me like before is probably the hardest thing for me sometimes. But knowing that they're still with me helps as well. But so you're right to say that, that they're still with your friend. She is, and she's a part of you. So whatever she has left is already in you because she was connected with you and still is. So it's amazing how, even though we've lost people that have moved on to a different realm than the one we're in now, it's they're still with us because they're a part of us and their energy has already been instilled in ours.
Mm.
So I so they live on, right? So but yes, but thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And last but not least, I would like also to share a video that I love so much. I love so much to share this video because it's something that resonates with me. And it's from Maya and Angelu. And I love so much this video, so I'm going to share it right now. Hopefully the sound is better.
If I think of my life,
The sound.
if I think of my life as a class and what I've really learned, I've learned a few things. First, I'm aware that I'm a child of God. It's such an amazing understanding to think that the it, which made fleas and mountains and rivers and stars, made me. What I pray for is humility, to know that there is something greater than I. Then I have to know that the brute, the bigot, and the batterer are all children of God, whether they know it or not. And I'm supposed to treat them accordingly. And it's hard, and I blow it all the time.
Mongrel class of people.
I'd like everybody to think of a statement by Terence. The statement is, I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. If you can internalize the least portion of that, you will never be able to say of an act, a criminal act, or I couldn't do that. No matter how heinous the crime, if a human being did it, you have to say, I have in me all the components that are in her or in him. I intend to use my energies constructively as opposed to destructively. If you can do that about the negative, just think what you can do about the positive. If a human being dreams a great dream, dares to love somebody, if a human being dares to be Martin King or Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa or Malcolm X, if a human being dares to be bigger than the condition into which she or he was born, it means so can you. And so you can try to stretch yourself. So you can internalize, homo sum, humani nihila me alienum puto. I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. That's one thing I'm learning.
So that's my share. Thank you again, Henry
That
and
is
Margaret.
that was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Ollie. She is right. Maya Angelou is right. You can't judge people because of they've done or what they're doing. You have to respect the fact that they have life and they're going to live it the way they choose to. But we all have choice, and we choose to live and spend our energy in ways that affect us and others around us, right? So we get to choose how we want to do that. And I'm very proud of you, for beginning this movement. And this is what we need to do, right? Is spread the message and spread positivity and use our energy for good,
Mhm.
to uplift one another and to help one another. Because you're right, we're here today, we're gone tomorrow. We people. I have known people who have, you know, state representatives. I've known, so many people that have aspirated and didn't survive, that died right there on the table.
Mhm.
So, because they, drank a cup of water and it went the wrong way. And the wrong way meant, and maybe not even the wrong way. I'm sure they went to heaven. So it might have been the right way, but it all depends on how we look at things. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your shares and your presence. And before I close the session, any final words, dear Henry?
Yeah, yes. Sorry, had my microphone on mute. The video that you shared hopefully does inspire us. It reminds us, I think, rather that we do have our negative side, our ugly side, and what has happened throughout history has been us failing to live up to our better selves, because we do have the ability to choose to help or to hurt. As Tuba mentioned some 20 minutes ago, you read her statement that humans seem to have failed to learn their lesson. I agree with the sentiment, but would maybe have, personally, I would have phrased it as we each have to learn that lesson, and some of us struggle a lot more than others to do so. But we can hopefully be reminded of how much good we are capable of doing by looking at how much we have done. Everything that we have today that we consider good did not come about suddenly. It was not found in nature, but rather it was not from us fighting against each other, competing against each other, as maybe um, some economists might believe, but rather it is from our collective spirit of creativity, of compassion, of love, that has granted us everything that we have now. And if we pursue that path, we are capable of doing so much more good to leave a better world tomorrow. So I know that while you yourself cannot address the biggest issues of the world and solve them, Ollie, and I'm not expecting you to do so, you are doing your part by creating this welcoming, this open community where we can hear from each other, as you said, at times, vent and express some of the anger, the sadness, the frustration we feel, and be inspired by others who might be going through something different. And we can help them with that. And they in turn can help us. And so we at least have this little corner of the earth where of the internet rather, but also of the earth, where we do look for the better part of ourselves, and we keep working on it. And we will keep making mistakes. As you said, maybe you yourself are not that super perfect human being that does everything and remembers everything perfectly. I don't know if such a person does exist, but I will say that I am definitely not that super perfect human being. But I do learn from others still. I am, without giving specific details, I am in my late 20s. So I thankfully am aware that I have a lot to learn in many areas from others, and I'm very grateful for every opportunity to do so. So I thank you, Ollie, and you as well, Margaret, though we have not spoken before, I believe. I know that there's much I can learn from you. Hopefully, there is one or two things you can learn from me in the future. And I also thank the community for being here today, for deciding to spend their morning, their afternoon, their evening, or any hour in between with us. So, thank you once again for the privilege and the honor for being here. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Henry.
Thank you, Henry. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
And so I'm going to end this session in a few minutes. Thank you so much, Henry and Margaret, for joining. I am really blessed to make it happening. And thank you again for joining the stage. And last but not least, sharing also the membership that is open. You can check more details on the linktree/FrenchFolly. And in the next days, I'm going to develop more what you can expect with some details, the cost, the agenda, and let's build a movement. So that's me showing up imperfectly and saying, let's go. Bienvenue. So have a lovely Sunday evening. See you each day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. at 9 p.m. my time, which is in fact noon PST, 3 p.m.